Hello and welcome back. It's puzzle time with Sudoku Sleuth, and today we're playing Royal Romans in Fog. Now, it might feel a little bit abstract, but then you're probably looking at the chess set and you're thinking Royal Romans, Sudoku, I'm not getting it. So, if it helps, I've just finished recording yet another one with the chess lines variant. This was the much harder 3 to 4 star difficulty rating, 3 stars at this time of recording, which I've actually posted for the coming weekend. But I've just been immensely enjoying this rule set that I've carried on recording with now a 1-star difficulty rated puzzle, this time set in Fog. And I know Fog is amongst some of the channel's regulars' absolute favorite variant, so I hope that you guys absolutely enjoy this one. Now, my guess is around the fact that it's referring to Royal Romans is the fact that the only chess piece that's in play today is a king. So it's a lot more restricted and probably a lot less complicated than some of the other chess line variants that we've been playing recently, or certainly the one that I've just recorded and hopefully you'll see soon. So I think it's going to be highly approachable. It is 1-star difficulty rated. It is highly rated. It's 91% plus as of the time of recording. So I feel reasonably confident that you guys will actually enjoy it as much as I have been with this particular variant right now. Anything else to say before I get on with it? Not really. You're going to see that I'm putting up the Numpad fairly regularly, but rather than actually having to move the grid so constantly, what I'm going to do is try and actually place it on the page at the same time so that it's viewable as well as the rest of the puzzle and the rule sets. Let's see how that works. So, Royal Romans in the Fog by GDC. Normal Sudoku rules apply, so that means place the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, in every column, and every 3x3 box. Fairly standard. Next we have the fog rule. The grid is partially covered in fog. Placing correct digits reveals clues in the surrounding 3x3 area. So if we take this one as an example and say that this digit is a 2, it will reveal all the fog around it in this 3x3 area, including of course its own cell. If you happen to place the incorrect digit, it will not reveal anything. So sort of a cheeky way of actually sort of verifying as you play that you are actually heading in the right direction. We also have XVs today, so digits joined by a red V sum to 5, such as these two cells. So if that was a 2 in my example, this would have to be 3. And we also have an X, well, to make sure that these two add up to 5, we also have an X. You can see partially some of it in here, which is also got an X there, digits joined by a blue X, sum to 10. So if that's a 3, this would have to be 7. And that would be one way of applying this X and V rule set. Lastly, and I believe this is true, but I haven't seen the grid, but GDC only referred to the king line in here. There is no other chess pieces to my knowledge. So the idea is that neighboring digits on the line, which you can see that this one is a neighbor of this cell, is just disappearing off into the fog. You can see that they're connected diagonally. Whatever the neighbors are, need to be a valid king's move on the 3x3 numpad. And this is probably where it's helpful to see how is this going to look. I think that's reasonably visible and it's not obscuring anything, so I'm just going to leave it on for the rest of the recording. So imagine that this particular cell here, let me pick one first, find the window, there you go. So imagine that this is a 2. Well, the next one along has to be a valid chess move, king's chess move away. So that could be 1, that could be 4, that could be 5, that could be 6, or it could be 3. Just happens to be that obviously in this particular case it can't be a 5 because, can't have a 5 on an XV. But that would be sort of an example of, well, the 2 needs to have something that is neighboring and it has to be something other than the 2. You can't really move to your own cell. That's not allowed in chess. That's not really a valid move. So that's all the rules that we have for today. Only thing left to say is if you feel like fusing chess and Sudoku together, this is the puzzle for you. You can play in the link down in the description below. And with that said, I'm going to restart the clock and see how I get on. So the V's are obviously, I don't know if I'm going to use colors, but let's just go with it. These are going to be low digits. from 1, 2, 3, and 4 to make sure that they add up to 5. Same in here. The x's, well, you have to have a low digit and a high digit to get to 10, and same is true in here. So this is where I guess we're going to have to use the chess king's move to try and figure out what's going on there. So these are from 6, 7, 8, and 9. Fairly obvious. These are from 1, 2, 3, and 4. You need 1 and 9, for example, to be able to add up to 10, or, 3 and 7. Now, whatever this cell is, actually, let me just try that again. Whatever these are, they have to be no more than 1 digit apart. And that digit is actually not a 5, which is quite helpful because everything is 1 digit apart if you allow the 5. So I could do 9, 5, and 1. And in fact, that's the only one I could do 1 and 9. You can see here across the numpad. So I don't think 9 and 1 work. I'm guessing 7 and 3 don't, because again, the only way to connect this across the diagonal is through a 5, which again is not allowed on an X. If that was a 5, that would be a second 5. So not 7 or 3. Now we're left with either 8, 2 or 4, 6. And this would be 1, 3 to make sure it adds up to 5. Let's carry on. If this is a 6 going to a 4, well, I'm not allowed a 5, but actually I'm allowed 2 or 8. I can go 6 to 8 back to 4, or 6 to 2 to 4. That works. And then 8 to 2, well, I'm guessing 4 and 6 are allowed. So ironically, this is sort of 2, 4, 6, 8 again. Well, 8 and 2, and then we'll jump by a 4 and 6 and 4 and 6. Okay, not quite as helpful as I was hoping. Sleuth. We're jumping to another neighbor that is a high digit. Take a look at where the 2 is. Oh, I can do a 2. I can definitely do a 2. A 2 can go to a 6. That would be 1 valid high digit with a 4 and a 1. But I actually think this would break. Because if this is a 2, this would be 8. And then for me to get from 8 to 2, I need to go via 4 or 6. And then 4 or 6 are both gone. So a long way of saying, I don't think this is 2, 8. I think this is 4, 1, 6. And these are clearly from 2 and 8. And this is clearly not 1, 4, whatever it is. This is now 7 or 8. This is just on the numpad. This is 2 or 3. This is continuing 2 or 3 to add up to 5. This is both 2 and 8. That both look valid to me. I do come back from the 7, 8. So, Sleuth, come on. 8 and 2 doesn't work because it would break this cell. This is 7. This is 3. This is a 2. This is an 8. This is a 2. Brilliant. And now, going back to what is next from the 7, well, it's not 8. It's gone. It's not 4. It's gone. It can only be a 5 here on the numpad. Excellent start so far. I don't know if I'm going to keep these colors or not. Unless we come across more XVs such as this X, they're not exactly useful. Well, actually, this X is probably the next place to go. It's not 1, 9. It's not 2, 8. And it's not 4, 6. This is forced to be 3, 7. What else do we have? What is this cell? Actually, better still. 3, 7. Neither of these are 3, 7. Just classic Sudoku. These are 3, 7. These are now 1, 9. Except I have a 1 here to disambiguate things. That's a 9. That's a 1. Excellent. And then the 1 on a king's move, well, I've got 2, 4, or 5, all valid. It's not 2 or 5, it is in fact a 4, making this impossible to get to a 3, but it is possible to get to a 7. That's 7, that's 3. That 7 can be 4, 5, or 8. It's not 8, but it can be 4 or 5. We've got the 3 7s lining up. So there's a 3 and 7 in here. There's a 1 in one of these 2 cells. And I guess this would be 4 or 5. Because, essentially what is made up... No, hang on. I also have a 9. Well, anyway, from 3, I can't get to a 4 and I can't get to a 9. The only one that I can get to is a 5. So I'm pretty sure that's a 5. Therefore, this is a 4 and this is 1 9. And the 9 is not reachable from the 4 for a king. That's a 1. That's a 9. 3 and 7 are both not reachable for a 1. So this is this. Excuse me. This is 3 7. This is 3 7, and then the 1 is either 2 4 or 5. It's not a 4. It's not a 5. It's in fact a 2. Let's see if we can keep this going. The 2 can easily get to a 3 with via 5 or 6, both of which seem valid. And once you get to a 5, you can easily get to a 7 or even a 4. So these are all the options we have at the moment. We can finish the rest of this. Let's think about it. It is 6 and 8. In here it is 2, 4, and 9. And in there we've got 5, 6, and 8. This 3 here, it is restricted to 2, 5, and 6. It is not a 6. It is 2, 5. Once you have a 5 as an option, basically every digit is an option. You can literally go in any one of these. And the fact that we also have a 2 means that 5 is also an option itself. So that's kind of a dead end for now. What else can we do? There's a 3 for sure in here. Maybe a bit of Sudoku quickly just to see what you can spot. 2 is in here. 4, this is a 4. That gives me whatever these are. This is not 1, 2, 3, 4. It is 6. It is 5, 6, 8. It is 5, 6, 8. I mean, I don't have a 5 anywhere else. So that can't be a 5. That's a 2. Neither of these are a 2 anymore. The 2, if it's not connecting to a 5, it could be 1, 4. I mean, I'm just going to write them in quickly and then delete the options that are not visible. That are not viable, so not 4 or 6. In fact, not a 3 either. It's just forced. That's a 1. The 1 can reach the 5, but not the 6 or 8. That's a 5. None of these are a 5. This is 6, 8. 7 you can see is not down here. That's a 7. And this is a 3, 9 pair. We can finish the top here. We need 1 and 6. The 6 is not reachable from a 4. The 1 is for a king. Therefore, that's a 6. That's not a 6. And then the 1, it's either 2, 4, or 5. It's not a 2. It's not a 4. It is actually forced again. We have here 1, 2, 3, 4. We need 5, 8, and 9. Except that's not a 5. From 4, I can get to an 8, but not a 9. So that is, sorry, an 8. So that's forced again. The 8 can reach quite a few options, actually. 4, 5, 6, 9. Not 6, 7. Well, not 5, not 6, not 7. So 4 or 9 both are reachable. Tricky all of a sudden. I'm just having a look around to see if I'm missing something. So, again, the fact that I can actually place a 5 in here means I can reach anything. That's the challenge, really. What happens if I place a 5? Let me just think about this, because that would become a 4, that would become a 9. I've got a 4, 5, 9 triplet. There is no 5, and there is no 4, and there is no 9. So I'm actually a lot more restricted than it may seem. So 4, 5, and 9 are gone. And I need to reach 6 or 8 in here. Kind of this 6 or 8. So 1 doesn't do, because it's not near 6 or 8. 2 actually works. Presumably 3 works. All of this can reach a 6. 4, 5 are out. 6 is out. 7 is out. 8 works, because I can go 8, 6. I can go 8, 4, 8, and then 6. That kind of works. And then 9 is out because of this triplet. It's not really helping me much. What am I missing? The 6 can reach a 3, the 8 can reach a 7. So that's not what disambiguates it. I must be missing something. I mean, the only way I can reach... So 8 is the kind of the odd number out to reach... Hang on. I think I just spotted it. Whichever one I pick, they actually only reach a 6. I can never reach an 8. 4, 5, and 9 are gone. So is the 6, so is the 7. All the numbers adjacent to the 8 are not available in this cell. So this is a 6, this is an 8. The 6 is only connected to a 3, not a 7. That's a 3, 7. That is not connected. A 3 is only connected to a 2, not a 4. 3, 2, not 4, not 9. So this is 2. None of these are 2. 2 is now restricted to 1, 4, 5, 6. Well, it's not 4 because it's in here. It's not 3. It's 1, 5, 6. There's still plenty of choices. The 6 is actually connected to any of these 2, 3, 8. So it's not helpful. And 4 and 9. You know, 8, 9, 8, 6 does work. And then, of course, 8, 4, 2, 6 works. 8, 4, 2. So, I mean, this is not a 3. This is 2, 8. Don't know why I ever thought it was a 3. You can't get to it from 4 or 9. It's still not enough. Okay. We need more in here. Sort of feel like I'm missing something once again. I'm not entirely sure why. It's just as soon as you allow a 5 on a cell plus another option, it just, the line stops being useful. And anyhow, so I need in there, in this row 3, a 1, a second 2, 8, and a 4. So the 2 and 8 are clearly not in here. This is 1 or 4. This 1 in here, well, this 4 in here means this is either 1 or 2, 8. And this here is 4 or 2, 8, except it's not a 2. And they're not really forming any nice pairs or triplets or anything. Actually, 4, 5, 9. What am I talking about? 4. No 4s. 3s is what I was missing, and there is no 3. So it's not 2, it's not 8, and it's not 3. It is in fact a 1. So let's just delete that for a second. Then I need a 2, 8 or a 3 in here. Except that's not a 2. That 1 removes a 1 from here. It's not doing enough work still, in my opinion. The 6 can go 2, 8, and then, I mean, the only way I can reach the 9 is with an 8. 8, 9, 5, 3, 2, 4. It kind of all adds up, so not sure, if I'm honest. You can see that there is a 1 in here. In fact, we can do better. 1s. All of these are eliminated. So that's the only place for a 1. It's going to be something naff that I'm not seeing for some reason or another. Three, 7, 5, 6, 8. 5 cleaned up. The 2 goes to a 4 or 5. and then 3 or 7. I mean, it's much more likely to be a 5, but again, not enough. So unless I made a mistake somewhere, this suddenly got way harder than I was expecting. 6 can reach 2 or 8. They can reach 4, 9. 4, 9 can reach 8. Then 4, then 1, then 5. That's all good. The 6 can reach 3, 2, which can reach both 5 and 6. And because there is 5 and a 6, it's basically any option. Well, not 1 or 5. So the thing is, it's still a very long list. It's not 1, 2, 3. Sure, I can have 4, not 5, 6, 7, and 9. And because this is 5, I can reach literally any one of these. So, not the intended way. 5, 1. I'm just double checking I haven't made a mistake somewhere. 3, 5. 1, 4, 7, 4, 1, 2, 4 or 5, 3 or 7. Yeah. Right, so the only thing that's left on the table is classic Sudoku. And I mean, aside from just here, let's just have a look. 1s. There's an X-wing there. Not a very useful one. 2s. Yeah, not a lot to go on with 2s. 3s. Nothing really on 3s. I mean, 3 is up there. 3 is down here, okay. 4. It's in one of 2 cells. I mean, I'm taking anything at this point. 4. 5s. 5 is up here. Yeah. Neither of these are 5. 5 is up there, making this a 9, this a 5, which forces a whole bunch of things. That's a 4. Can't reach a 3 from a 4. That's a 7. That's a 3. That's not a 3. That's a 2-8 pair. That's a 3. That is now a 9. 8 goes to 9, which can only go to an 8. It can't reach a 2. That's an 8. That was a lot more useful than I was expecting. This is a 2 now. Right, we've got everything in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, this 9 can only be in this cell. And here we've got 6, 7, and 8. That's not a 7. We know what these are. This is 2, 3, 5. That 2, 3 here is doing a lot of work for us. That's a 5. Neither of these are 5s anymore. This is 2, 3. That 5 is giving us the 6. The 8, we're moving again. 8, not 9. And a 6. And the 6, I'm guessing, is fairly restricted. It's not 2 or 3. They're in the column. It's not 5. It's in the row. It's 8 or 9. It's not 8. That's just 9. 9 can't possibly reach a 1. So that's the 1. Resolved. And then 9 can only reach 5, 6, and 8. It's not 6. It's not 8. It can only be a 5. And finally, I think we're probably going to solve it from here. So we need 4 and 7 to complete the column, both of which are available. We need 4, 7, and something else to complete the row. 6. Well, 6 and 7 are not here. Therefore, this is 4, this is a 7, this is a 6. That 4 gives me the 9, the 4, the 7 in here gives me that 4. This is 2 or 3. And to complete this, I need 7, 8, and a 2, 3. Okay, not brilliant options. Yeah, I'm going to go with it. Except that's not a 2. That's not a 7. That's not an 8 either. That's 3, 7. Reasonably restricted. Okay, so we'll see what we can do here. So column means we need another 6, 7, 8 and a 9. And that 9 is very helpful. That's the 9. This is 6, 7, or 8. We need a 3, 7 or a 5. Ooh. 3, 7, 5. Not 3, not 7. Oh, that 9 gave me the 3 and the 9 ages ago, which gives me the 2. None of these are 2s anymore. This is 3, 7, 8. So, and this 3 removes a 3 from here. So this is 6, 7, 8. I've got a third 6, 7, 8, plus one more thing is a 4, which can only be in here. This is now 6 or 8. What do I need here? I need 3, 8, and a 2. And this 2 gives me a 2, gives me an 8. We're basically done. Sorry, I got stuck there for quite a bit and really slowed me down. But anyhow, I think in the end we've solved it. So 8, 5, 6, 8, 6. And if I've not made it, oh, hang on, we haven't solved these. 3, 2 for the finish. Love the puzzle once more. Bit of a clumsy solve compared to the other ones. It was just Sudoku blindness struck quite a bit. I mean, maybe that's kind of the lesson here. If you'd see the other video, which will be posted later on, you'll see that Sudoku blindness struck at the very end after a phenomenal solve. And same is true in here, so maybe it is time for a bit of a break before I carry on with the next set of recordings. Hope that you guys enjoyed the video and the puzzle, and huge thanks to the supporters of the channel, and have a look at what else YouTube's going to recommend for you up next. Bye bye for now.